Good afternoon and welcome to the Abhijit Talk Show. This is Abhijit Desai, your host, and today we are going to talk to a fantastic person whom I've been knowing for quite some time now, and she comes with a great 25 years of vivid experience across industries. She comes from the pharma background. Uh, she's worked in the insurance sector at at very high levels, at senior management levels. She is an NLP coach. She's a disc profiler, and very importantly, she is a uh, certified in art of public speaking from the Dale Carnegie Institute. She is also a Lean Six Sigma certified person, and mind you, her train the trainer programs are one of the best in the industry that she does. She also does a lot of work on creativity, innovation, and that is what we are going to talk about. So please welcome Shalini Agnihotri on the Abhijit Talk Show. I am
Hi
good.
Abhijit, how are you?
Hi.
How everyone? How is everyone?
Everyone good. Everybody is fine. People are waiting for you to talk, and they want to listen to you about what is creativity, innovation, and very important, something that you said while we were talking outside the screen, and they were asking me, we would like to know something about lateral thinking. Now, it's become a buzzword nowadays. Innovation, design thinking, disruption. But the moment lateral thinking came up, the oldies of our times would probably able to relate with this, and our audience would like to listen to you on what is exactly lateral thinking. So over to you, Shalini.
Thank you so much, Abhijit. And here I would like to say that it's my honor and it's a pleasure once again to be here as we've been talking to each other along on various aspects and various topics. But it's really my honor that you have given me this opportunity to speak on this platform. Thank you so much once again.
Most welcome
So
again.
yeah, so as you have said that generally now this is a buzzword, people talking about lateral thinking and the concepts being shared, and then you took the name of Edward de Bono. So herein I would start with this only, of course, Dr. Edward de Bono, who is coined and who's a pioneer while we talk of lateral thinking. So he is a person who has given this concept, and then he has written a lot about this concept in the field of creative thinking. Nearly 260 books he has written in 40 different languages. So this is just to say a few lines about a person who has done such a fantastic work. And in his lines only, there is a very famous quote which has been given by him that you cannot dig a hole in a different place by digging the same hole
Wow.
deeper and deeper.
Wow.
It, this is how it goes with the lateral thinking only, and I'll be connecting it that how whatever Dr. Edward de Bono has said, is so true about it. And before we go ahead, I would just like to ask you one thing. So, have you ever tried your hands on chess?
Yes, I have
So,
played chess, but that
yeah.
was that
So
was
you
years back. That was long years back.
anyway, but you start there with the given pieces,
Right.
right?
Right.
So, what are these pieces?
These are those pawns: elephant, the king, queen, horse. I think this
Mhm.
is what it is. So black and white.
So, do
So
you so do you think you can play that game without those pieces?
no, you cannot.
So you know there, whatever game you are playing with the pieces, and you know each and every piece very well.
Yes.
That's the reason you start playing on it, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Now, what happens in real life situations? We all are there. The pieces. Do you think the pieces are given to us in the real life situation?
No, pieces are not given.
But still, we assume the pieces are there.
Yes, we do.
And the pieces can be perceptions, can be ideas, can be concepts. Am I
Absolutely,
right?
they are perceptions and concepts or frameworks that we
Mm,
believe in, and then we live our life accordingly.
mm. So here I would just like to say that the lateral thinking is just about putting those pieces together in a different manner. Everyone has some pieces. It is not about looking around those pieces in a similar or in an existing manner, but you need to now look in a different matter and bring about a change in it. You have to see those pieces with a different perspective. That is lateral thinking,
Okay.
just in a layman language. And if I go further, definition wise, the simplest definition of lateral thinking can be that it is a systematic or a deliberate steps to do problem solving.
Systematic or systematic
Deliberate and
deliberate steps.
systematic.
Okay, to
Yeah.
solve a problem.
Deliberate and yeah, deliberate and a systematic way of approaching the creative.
Operating. Okay, okay, all right. So that is what is lateral thinking.
Of course, it is like, if I have to tell you, it is just like looking around at a thing from a different perspective, looking around at a thing, the either side of it. The either side will be completing the 360 degrees and thinking laterally on the various possible options you would have, and not sticking around to the main idea, to the head on idea. Okay. So this is what is lateral thinking all about.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
I hope the
And if I
audience.
have to
Yes, please, please, please,
Uh,
please.
and if I have to elaborate it a little with an example, I would like to say that it is all about solving the problems in a very, very unique and a different manner, whereas attempting to give some result to it. Why? Because now, if you take an example here of a relationship, now, as I was discussing, I do a lot of counseling also. I talk to people also. I am a relationship coach also.
Wow.
So here, and I'm just giving you an example of a relationship wherein one of the young couples having little difference of opinion, and they were on a difference of opinion. The things went ahead, and they just wanted it. Okay, we don't have compatibility, and it's better that we should go our own ways and seeking some legal. Or a divorce kind of thing.
Okay.
But at that point of time, see, here the couple was just head on one decision. They were not thinking laterally. Had they been thinking laterally in their life, they would have not directly jumped to conclusion that divorce is the solution.
Correct.
Lateral thinking is just wherein they would sit together, they would talk to someone, they would seek the support of mediator, or they would take some counseling from someone, or they may talk to each other and look around where the difference of opinion is. So lateral thinking is you have to think now in a different manner to the existing situation. So this is how we can apply lateral thinking in relationships.
Okay. So, I mean, as you said, it can be applied on relationships. It can be applied anywhere. I mean, it is a,
Mhm.
as you mentioned some time back, it is a way of thinking differently to solve a particular problem. That is what you
Yes,
said, right? Okay. Now,
yes, yes, yes.
great, fantastic. Now, let's say we are talking about an individual, and
Yeah.
he is going through some challenges in life. It could be
Mhm.
a
Yes.
personal life challenge. It could be a financial life challenge. It could be a relationship challenge. It could be any of these three. So let's take one aspect of life, okay, and let's try and talk about this on a personal challenge. So if this individual is going through a personal challenge on let's say a career front, so on
Yeah.
a career front, how can lateral thinking be applied, or how can he think laterally to cater to this career challenge that he's going through?
Thank you, Abhijit. I really appreciate. It's really a question which these days each and every youngster has in mind, and for that matter, people who have recently started their career and uncertainties are there. So they go for career coaching, they go for career counseling also. So there are different. See, career counseling is a idea of lateral thinking only. wherein you go to a career counselor and he would ask you that, look, this is your basic degree. If a person is an engineer, the piece which is there into his life is his education there, his knowledge in that field. Now, what he has to do as an engineer, he was thinking about getting into some job or picking around or some career into the production line or maybe the manufacturing line. But when we go to the career counselor, these people approach the counseling people, so they do lateral thinking wherein they would fit their existing piece into the different opportunities, that how these young engineers can be good entrepreneurs and they can have their own startups.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and they can think of it in a different manner. They can go abroad and they can do many things. They can find out various other professions as a consultant there. So lateral thinking, as I have said you earlier also, it is about whatever existing piece you have in your life, you try to change those pieces and form something new out of it. Now, while we try to change these pieces, certainly, Abhijit, one thing is there that one has to come out of the traditional way of thinking.
Absolutely.
One has to be highly creative. One has to highly be out of perception. One has to be, he has or she has to stop being judgmental. And they simply have to go ahead and look at it whether this is going to work for me or not.
All right.
So it is about changing those pieces and creating something new for yourself.
Okay. So, since you said that you need to create something new, you need to think outside the box. Typically, if
Yeah,
I have to put it in a simple language,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
Uh,
out of box thinking, creative thinking, whatever way people want to understand.
right now, my question to you, Shalini, here is there any specific technique that we can apply to the lateral thinking? I mean, is there any specific technique that we can apply?
Yeah, of course. Certainly, we have different tools also. There are four tools, particularly talking of. First of all, I'm talking of the tools, then the techniques, and how these tools and techniques fit into our six types of thinking. I'll certainly just give a superficial touch to it. And maybe in the next consecutive sessions, when we are going to talk in detail about each and everything, so I would elaborate a little more there. But the first thing, to understand any technique or to understand any concept, you need to understand one thing, that creative thinking or lateral thinking is about the perception part of it.
Okay.
It has to do a lot on your perception part of thinking. Now, what we do here on the perception part of thinking, and simultaneously we have bring about the external pieces from the world, we put it together, and that's how the process of lateral thinking starts.
Okay. Okay.
Is it clear, or do you want me
Absolutely.
to?
So the point that you're making, if I understand correctly, and if I have to tell the viewers, it is all
Yeah,
about the perception that starts from.
certainly. That's the main important thing. A perception about a situation, perception about a concept, about an idea. So
Okay.
that's how, why we're talking of perception, because if you see, so in Edward de Bono's work only, he says why perception, because this perception gets connected to six types of thinking which a human being would do
And
in
what
any
are those?
situation.
And what are those six
Yeah,
types of thinking?
the six type of thinkings will be, the first of all, it is going to be your knowledge,
Okay.
and then knowledge, after knowledge comes your comprehension, then after comprehension comes the application, then after application comes the analysis, then
Okay.
after analysis comes the synthesis, and
Synthesis.
after synthesis, and
Okay.
after synthesis comes the evaluation part.
Okay. Okay.
Now, this is, yeah, broadly, these are the six types of thinking, and that is why we say that lateral thinking, if somebody has to start, it has to do with the perception of thinking. Now, what knowledge I have, see, everyone, we have some perceptions about our knowledge levels also, about our experiences also, about our comprehension, the way we understand certain things, basis on our understanding on the knowledge we have. Now, further, what happens is when a person starts getting into this lateral thing, whatever he has inside his perceptions, he start putting together those pieces with what is available in the external world. When he puts those pieces together, the process of lateral thinking starts.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Now imagine a situation. I'll give you here an example. Imagine a situation that somebody would have gone. A student forum is there, and they are there is a situation in front of them that they are following short of some funds for an event. Now, how do they? For them, the lateral thinking here will be that apart from finding sponsors, what is one thing they can do to create the funds immediately?
right.
Right. If they are not, if the sponsors are not educated and the fund is also not there, and it's now what they can do there is they can just go and they can think of it on cutting down certain expenses
Right.
on event. So even if they don't get a sponsor, still they are able to generate. Still they're able to continue with the event. So randomly, whatever pieces are available to them, they have to change those pieces and then do a lateral thinking and come out with a solution.
Solution. All right.
Yeah.
So, if I have to sum up those six thinking patterns, the first
Yeah.
is it starts with, this is for the benefit of my audience who is watching this, and
Yeah.
so the first thing is knowledge, and
Yeah.
it is again, it is about you, about the perception of what knowledge you have.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
first thing. Second is how do you comprehend the knowledge that you have.
Yeah.
Third is how do you apply the knowledge that you have. For example,
Certainly.
I mean, I have known you as a trainer also, and
Mm.
whatever knowledge you have on lateral thinking, you've been applying in your training sessions as well. So, application is
Yeah.
one of an important aspect. Uh,
Yeah.
Fourth is the analytical part of the knowledge that you have. How do you
Yes.
analyze the knowledge, and how do you actually apply it, comprehend it, and tell it to people?
Yeah.
Uh, Next is the synthesis of the knowledge that you have, and finally, how do you evaluate? So
Yeah.
evaluation. So when you talk about evaluation, Shalini, how do you
Yeah.
evaluate in terms of lateral thinking? How does this
Mm.
evaluation happen? Because this is one question which has been popping up in
Mm.
a lot of
Mm.
people's mind, and they have been asking me on how do you evaluate a particular thinking process? How do you come to know that a
Yeah.
particular process is right or it is not right?
Absolutely, very well, asked. In the similar sort of question was asked, but certainly stated in a very different manner. Once when we were doing a training session for GM level and VP level people in one of the manufacturing units, and even they were also asking the same thing, that how do we go ahead and do an evaluation part of it. So for the evaluation comes the, as you were asking me, is there any tools? Yeah, apart from tools, we have six thinking hats.
Okay,
Those are the evaluation tools. And six thinking hats have been given by Dr. Edward de Bono only.
right.
And these evaluative tools are, now we will be talking of these six thinking hats in our coming sessions, when we will have, wherein I'll give a clear cut example wise, we'll make them understand that you can put this evaluation in any field of yours, be it
Wow.
professional, be it individual, be it career, be it your finances, be it your personal life, and be it your education part, that what course should I follow. So that evaluation, those six thinking hats with the six different colors, they really depict something which really is very convenient for an individual to come to a conclusion that what way should I go now.
Right. But tell me something. I mean, these are typically these hats that you're talking about. Okay. I know I have
Yeah,
heard about it. I have read about it, but
yeah,
I wouldn't have the right amount of knowledge. So you are a better
mm,
person to explain it,
mm,
explain the entire concept. Uh,
mm.
for let's say, for example, there are six hats, and
Yeah.
every person is wearing that hat. Now every person has to
Mhm.
think as per the hat terminology. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, you first complete, and I'll certainly,
Add on to it.
state what
All right.
has to be. Yeah.
Brilliant. So, a person has to think from that particular aspect of the hat. But the
Yeah.
basic question lies, if I am not a reflective thinker, let's say, for example, I'm not a
Okay.
reflective thinker, but
Hmm.
I need to think laterally. Yeah, I need to
Hmm.
think from the lateral perspective. So, how do I think
Hmm.
in a reflective way? How do I start the process of thinking? How do I start
Yeah.
that particular
So,
process?
yeah, here, if I have to answer this, Abhijit, this reflective thinking and lateral thinking, actually, they really have a very thin line difference.
Okay,
Now, when you do a lateral thinking, at that point of time, it's creativity, right?
right,
But when you do reflective thinking, what are you doing? You are understanding something after evaluating the pros and cons of each and everything because you are reflecting on something, right?
okay,
And then you are trying to give a meaning to it. Whereas in lateral thinking, creatively, you are analyzing a problem from the different angles and trying to see that what best suits fit into it. So there you are generating the lateral part of it. But in reflective thinking, wherever there is a specificity in the situation, reflective thinking is a wonderful piece there. Why? Because there is a lot of specificity now. From ambiguity, we have moved on to specifications now.
wow,
So there you need to go get into the reflective thinking part. But when you're talking of lateral thinking, you have started the process,
right.
right? So critical thinking, reflective thinking, they all are the various further sub branches of lateral thinking.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
See, again, I will refer here is to the same workshop which I was referring. There also, one of the gentlemen asked me that, ma'am, these days a lot of words are buzzing around apart from lateral thinking, design thinking, and then people are talking of
Yes,
critical thinking. So it's so much of thinking that at times we think like, how many times do we have to wear the hats off? And within minutes, what all different hats can we wear? Can we be a lateral thinker, or should we be a critical thinker, or
right,
am I should be a reflective thinker?
right.
So I'll give you the answer, same answer I would like to give you here also. As it's a very simple thing to understand in lateral thinking, we are talking about that we are just thinking in a very systematic manner and deliberately we are looking around on whatsoever pieces are available with us to bring a change about them and then to see that what value will be added to it. Whereas in critical thinking, when we go ahead, whatever value we are getting, but we are judging that value and we are trying to find some errors into that, and that's why we are looking into it, the criticality into it, that
Right.
okay, now if something happens, now this is critical, now I need to be 100% sure. So there we start judging it, we start judging it from the part of, as I said, we'll be judging it. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, very much. Please go on.
Yeah. So we'll be judging it from the part of value. What value is it adding? But we don't do that. And similarly, in reflective thinking, if you see so, the one major part gets attached to it, which is emotions.
Yes,
Which
absolutely.
is emotions.
Yes,
So that is why we say that these two are the sub branches of lateral thinking, the critical thinking as well as the reflective.
reflective thinking. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. That is how it works. So critical thinking
Yes.
and reflective thinking are sub
Thinking.
branches of the lateral thinking as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole, if you put together, this is where people see, because whenever you do a lateral thinking part, see, somebody will look into change the pieces, right?
Right. Yes.
Like would try to change the pieces. But if you don't reflect back, if you don't do it with the criticality, will you be able to do all six types of thinking which we have referred earlier, be it knowledge, be it comprehension, be it application,
Absolutely.
be it synthesis? Will you, or be it evaluation, will you be able to do that?
No, it
Somewhere you will have to, yeah, somewhere you will have to use critical part. Somewhere you will have to reflect. So this is how the different pieces, they go hand in hand with each other. They run parallelly with each
yes. Now, this something popped up in my mind just now, so I
other. Okay.
thought let me ask you and get a clarification.
Yeah,
It
of
is,
course.
Shalini, it is said that people who practice certain concepts or frameworks in their personal life, okay,
Yeah.
they have gone through that entire concept day in and day out, and only because of
Mm,
that they are able to talk about it. So, for example,
yeah.
I'm sure you have been practicing lateral thinking in your personal lives since I don't know since when, and that is the reason
Hmm.
why you've been known as an expert in lateral thinking. Now, my question to you
Yeah.
is, uh, in your in your life, in your professional career, how have you
Mm,
used lateral thinking? Because I'm seeing there is a variety of things that you've done. From pharmaceuticals, you moved into BFSI industry. From there, you moved into the automotive industry. So how did you apply that lateral thinking? Which is very close to the careers in the present scenario. So
uh,
if you have to
well,
keyword yourself, what would you say?
yeah.
Yeah.
So herein, within, I'll sum it up within two words. It's all about being prompt and spontaneous.
Wow. Okay. I love that.
People who are prompt and are spontaneous to their current scenarios and in the situations where they are moving. If they are prompt to understand the changes, if they are spontaneous to adapt and flexible, I think lateral thinking becomes a habit.
Wow.
Because over a period of time you are practicing it, over a period of time you have started thinking in that way. So I would say that lateral thinking becomes a learned skill by that time. You tell me one thing, Abhijit.
Tell me.
You would have learned how to, driving car. You drive car, na?
Yes, I love to drive cars. Yeah.
So you tell me that that point of time you were only and only focusing on the steering and on the clutch and on the gearbox that I have to, and you were very particular about this and confused. But now after over a period of years of driving, do you really still do that?
No. I mean, at times
Huh? Why?
I don't touch the steering also, and I'm able to drive. Now, of course, I don't practice
Why?
that, but yes, it has now become a habit. Now it has now become a habit.
As habit now. So what will happen, since it has become your habit and your senses have been developed in that way, your emotions, you know the sense of it. You know
Right.
where what will happen. So
Right.
you are very prompt and spontaneous in everything. Even if simultaneously a call comes to you, all of us, we do that.
Yes.
Immediately we'll do a Bluetooth connectivity.
Correct.
Yeah. So how we are able to do that? Why? Because our basic, it's become our habit. And
Yes.
now we are prompt and spontaneous towards the other side.
Absolutely.
Although I'm not saying that if anyone who's doing that while driving should practice this, but then that's how people over a period of time, if they have mastered something, so they become prompt and they become spontaneous with each and every aspect in their life. See, otherwise we are not perfectionists, and something would now here as an lean six sigma person, I would say that I'm not talking that everybody has to be a perfectionist. Even lean six sigma says 2% of deviation is allowed.
Yes.
So, yeah. So lateral thinking doesn't ensure that somebody will come out with 100% solutions. If we apply that also, so 2% deviation is
Still allowed.
applicable. Yeah,
Still
so
allowed.
that's it. But yes, remember, personally, since you have asked me, so it's the two words, promptness and spontaneity.
Shalini, I have loved these two words. I would want to continue with this discussion further. And I think it is becoming more and more interesting with the
Yeah,
promptness and the spontaneous answers that you're giving, and the
yes,
way you've been answering the questions. I think
yeah,
this is becoming really interesting, and I want to still continue. But as time does not permit me to continue further.
Yeah.
We would take this up in the second episode from in a day or two, and our audience would be eagerly waiting to listen to you on promptness and spontaneity, how to use this and how to use the six thinking hats in more details. So
Sure.
till then, thank you so much, Shalini, for being with us, and we will continue our talk in the second episode very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Even I'm charged up, waiting for the next episode. Why? Because it's so interesting. So see you soon. Thank you so
Very
much.
soon. Thank you.